Welcome to our third episode of Comics Review.
It is.
Now we've got the Sith for Life and
Yep.
Mr. Bongsley. Welcome. First time joining us with the Comics Review.
Oh, yeah. How you guys doing? Sith is a good friend of mine. He invited me for the last one. I couldn't make it. So I decided, since we're talking about Maestro, of all people,
Yep.
I had to be here.
And one of my favorite books from the 90s, like the Maestro. It's one of the things that really got me sold on comic books back in the day. I remember walking. My brother, I couldn't drive, so my brother dropped me off at the comic book shop. He was waiting out front. I could still smell the newsprint and the cedar book shelving and stuff they had in the shop. Just thinking about it, it's like your scent is linked to your memory. And but, as the title says, we are going to be talking about the miniseries, 2-issue miniseries for Hulk Future Imperfect from 1992 to 93, which was December 92 and January 93, which is written by the late greats. We had the two late greats on the book. Peter David, who recently passed, and George Pérez, both of them phenomenal. You got the top tier writer, top tier artist, and team together just made it just beautiful book. Which is, I love the fact it's one of the first books that kind of started as an Elseworlds type thing and worked into the main continuity of the Hulk. Because it takes place in an alternate timeline, future timeline for the Hulk, but the Hulk that's in the book is the mainstream Hulk, Marvel Comics Hulk. It actually happened to him, but it's really cool the way they did that. It's the delivered from the Hulk's most unforgettable tales, pulled in the post-apocalyptic future. The Hulk faces the Maestro, an evil, more powerful version of himself. An older, infinitely stronger, morally corrupted version who rules as a tyrant. Packed with Perez's stunning, detailed artwork, the story blends brutal action and deep psychological stakes, which is, he not only beats the Hulk physically, he messes with his head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is so well done. And
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story about pain and a tortured past amalgamating into that nature versus nurture kind of dynamic of the Hulk can both be a hero and a villain, because that's kind of the dichotomy of Hulk. He saves people, but also Hulk smash.
he struggles internally with conflict inside of him at all times. After this storyline, Peter incorporated that into the main run of the comics, where the possibility of him turning into Maestro stayed in his psyche for a long time.
Yeah.
He actually, in the main run too, after he got shrapnel on his head, he actually he kind of temporarily turned himself into the Maestro.
Mm.
But it was such an incredible book.
It was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this had a better combination of art and story. Like last time we did the Star Wars, which had awesome art and a story.
Yeah.
And then the one before that, we did Thor: Blood and Thunder, which had a pretty good story, but kind of okay. This is very
Art varied widely through the issues.
yes. And this one had good art and good story. It's fun having both together at the same time.
Very much so.
I mean, it's pretty easy when you have the same writers, the same two writers, not too many chefs in the kitchen, and you got the same artists, inkers, and linemen
and
running the art through the whole run. So
agreed, and one of the best Hulk artists, Hulk writers in the modern era. Like Peter David, he wrote the Hulk for 12 years, and he was writing the book when they did the miniseries, the main book plus the miniseries, and kept going after the miniseries. He wrote for a good while before leaving to go to DC.
Yeah.
Which the book he went on to DC was Supergirl, which is probably the best run of Supergirl ever done.
Yep. His work on Supergirl and Titans will always be legendary.
Well, it was like perfect things. Like, I started reading the Hulk. It was Gary Frank and Peter David, and Supergirl was Gary Frank and Peter David working together again with the artist and writer. So it's like a dream team moving over to Supergirl.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of duos for artists and storyboarders for comics that they're just magic when they're together. So it's like it's just one of them, and we'll probably never get anything like it again.
True.
Due to
Gail Simon, or whatever her name is, exists. I can't go any further with that. No. She exists.
It's like when they recently DC brought in like a well, it's not recently now. It's been a few years back now. With they brought in like a Brian Michael Bendis, and they was doing this thing on the back of the books. Bendis is coming. It's like, are you threatening me? It's like,
but can we talk about the deeper themes that came with the run? The backstory we got about Hulk and his abusive father was premiered in that run. Like, that was the first time we got any of Bruce's backstory with the relationship with his parents.
well, it plus it establishes too, like the broken psyche of the Hulk, where his father was an abusive man, and like he murdered his mother in front of him, and went to court and got to keep Bruce.
Yeah.
And so it is this. He despised Bruce because he thought he was a mutant, because his intelligence.
Right.
Bruce,
and thought he was a mutant because of his own profession. It's like, okay,
Bruce
you mad?
Child, yes.
Because like he's mad because his life didn't go how he wanted it to. Like hold on. Okay, you never wanted to have kids because of the job you do, but then you get married and sleep with a woman. Like, that doesn't make sense. Why are you mad at Bruce? Because you did the thing that makes kids.
Yeah, that tends to happen when you do that thing. You get kids. One of the byproducts of that feat.
The math checks out on that one. The math checks out.
Why did I quit sharing? StreamYard is going to be like a pain tonight, apparently. Okay. We got the opening title of the book starts into the future timeline. We're in the city of Dystopia. It's basically like one of the last cities on Earth. It's like takes place like almost 100 years from the timeline the Hulk starts at in his current timeline. So the humanity is basically fallen from a World War III, which didn't kick off from any of the evil mutants. We did that ourselves. We started World War III, nuclear wars, and wars after that, the War, and the planet was irradiated, which actually one people theorize one of the things that helped drive the Hulk mad was absorbing all the extra radiation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does talk about that in that book.
Yeah. Like, it's just so well written, so detailed, and intricate storylines. Now, some of the future names can be a little weird.
Yes. And so I liked the slang. The slang in this book very much reminded me of like Batman Beyond or Spider-Man Unlimited, and that like kind of futuristic timeline.
I couldn't place it, but like I was like, this feels familiar. When I was like, man, they got some new slang, and I was like, you know what though? I love that in future timelines and comics that they kind of take that into account, that language and like social structures kind of change over time, so they kind of like incorporate that based on current language and like learning convictions. Like, I think that's pretty cool when comics do that.
100% with you on that. It's like, I love the fact when our linguistic patterns change over time. We don't sound like we did 200 years ago.
Right.
And so 100 years from now, we're going to sound different as well. They take that into account. That's one thing I hate about like modern sci-fi. Everybody talks like they do right now.
Boy, like this is just gonna be the penultimate of English. Like,
Yeah.
no, like 100 years ago, people were using words that we would read in the dictionary now and be like, wow, they're just doing too much with the language now. They're like, this is your everyday language, you're doing too much.
Well, over time too, definitions change on words, so it's the meaning of certain things change. It's just the way things are. Our language is always evolving.
Yep.
So, and they kind of worked on that into the storyline. The artwork is beautiful. The color is what reminds me of the Valiant stuff back in the 90s. They're kind of like almost like a pastel type color schemes with. There's not your normal Marvel color schemes. There's very more vibrant. And it's I think one of the earlier they used like the premium paper when they did this book too. You had like the glossy stock paper and the actual original book. So it was a premiere book when it came out. Each issue had like 50 pages. So it's a lot of work. And it's just 2 issues, but a modern like crossover would be like nearly like a 4 or 5 issues or better, because they don't have any pages in modern books anymore. The detail and just everything is just so amazing. You start out with the rebels going through dystopia, meeting up like the got some plans, and they get attacked by the gravity guard.
Yeah.
Gravity police. One of their members gets basically his head completely blown off. And they get in the run. They start a shootout with them, and one of their members gets his leg completely blown off. He gets captured by the gravity police. They're tracking him down. Then we get introduction of our modern day Hulk, which, to explain too, this is not your Savage Hulk. This is back in the 90s. They did this thing where Peter David called him the merged Hulk. It was the all different personas of the Hulk into one body. And why do people keep messaging me right now?
Because they know you're in the chat.
Exactly. I'm turning my sound off. But this is the merged Hulk. He didn't turn back into Bruce Banner in this time period. He was the Hulk. He was Bruce's intelligence, the cunning and attitude of the Great Hulk, and the power of the Savage Hulk, all in one body. The id, the ego, and the super ego all mixed into one body.
Yes, this is what MCU's Smart Hulk should have been.
Yes. The MCU Smart Hulk was not this. This is much more powerful version of the Hulk than the MCU thing.
Well, the Hulk in the MCU didn't go through as many mental changes. Like, you got to remember, the Hulk's different forms are also split personalities based on his mental fracturing due to different traumas and abuses that are actually detailed in both of these books. So it's like, you got to understand, Bruce Banner in MCU does not have any of the trauma that comic book Hulk has.
Hey,
there would be no
dogs,
Hulk. People don't understand there would be no Hulk without the trauma.
Facts.
That's why there is a Hulk. It was a defense mechanism built into his brain from all the childhood trauma. So, and
the gamma radiation literally just manifested a body for that split persona.
It was always a protection method in his psyche to protect himself, to basically cut himself off. So later on, they retconned the professor, which I hate. The merged Hulk into another persona and not just being merged.
Yeah,
I never have liked that retcon. I liked it better when it was the merger of all the different personas. But to go on with it, we get the introduction. The Doctor's in. We get the classic Hulk when for the longest time when they first introduced the Smart Hulk in comics, he wore that weird brown suit.
Yeah.
It's like he's got a mafioso like tracksuit on or something.
Along with increased awareness and intelligence came the realization that, I fight naked a lot.
No. This is what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. He got intelligent. He looked at the purple shorts and was like, "Nah, I gotta have grip."
Yeah.
Which is weird because he does end up in even shorter purple shorts in this one.
This is true. At the very end, he does have very, very short pants.
I didn't need to see Hulk in a Speedo, but here we are.
This is the reality we live in. Accept it.
I see why I accidentally closed that. Of course, my crippled dog decides to get out of bed while we're trying to do this now. She's been in bed all day.
Mm-hmm.
Little baby. But, let's see, pull up, back my notes up. With the established shot, then we got the introduction of the rebels. After this, he fights all the rebels. We get the, he's not fighting the rebels. He's fighting the police, protect them from the rebels. He fights the gravity guard. He ends up fighting these giant mechanical dogs. Kind of reminiscent of fighting Fenrir and the Ragnarok.
I was gonna say, here we go with the fighting giant dogs like 2003 Ang Lee Hulk.
All that too.
Hulk always ends up fighting giant dogs. I'm sensing a theme, a pattern here.
But at least in this one, he didn't punch the giant dogs in the nuts.
No,
he's the Mike Vick of Marvel.
He saved that for someone else.
Yes. Then we get the flashback. Not flashback. Flash tour to the Maestro's Citadel. We get kind of an introduction who is the Maestro, and we get the reveal, which we got. It's like a kind of a Greek hedonist type thing, like for Palace, which hedonism, and we get the Maestro with all his concubines and like. Upset he got disturbed. And we get the Hulk walking through the streets. He gets go to meet with the resistance leader, and he underground, which is all protected by this entire city is protected by radiation. And the rebel base is underneath the city. We get one of the coolest establishing shots. We get probably one of the more iconic things with this. When he gets here, he's getting a history of what happened with him, his own history. This is iconic with this storyline.
Yes.
This trophy room or memorial, whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure how they moved Mjolnir into this, but unless they built it around it.
Mjolnir landed, and then they decided this is where the museum's going.
It's the way it works. It's like you got Easter eggs all throughout this thing. And
no, can we talk about how they were cooking on the storyboarding for this? They gave you a bunch of panels that gave you a bunch of Hulk lore that we didn't know before, and then they center page this with every Easter egg of everything from the Secret Wars run that led up to this.
And not one, but two Charles Xavier wheelchairs.
This is true. And we got
and Ghost Rider's motorcycle's back there.
Yep, Ghost Rider's motorcycle, Hawkeye has bow and arrow. We got the Red Skull's skull. We got the black suit for Spider-Man. We got his red mask. Doctor Strange.
Hey, we got Jane's Thor helmet with the crack in it.
Yep. Silver Surfer surfboard. Yellow Jacket. We got Black Knight. Crimson Guardian. Well, I'm sorry, not Crimson Guardian. Crimson Dynamo. Magneto. Kang. Oh, this is Kang. No, I think this is Kang. We got Nova. Ant-Man.
AIM.
We got Spider-Man's black suit from Secret Wars.
Yep. Both Cap and U.S. Agent. Marvel. Which Notice the planters? They're the negabands.
We do have Phoenix, at least in poster form.
Yeah. Well, they have. They show her later too.
Yeah.
This, everybody theorized this is what's left of the Thing. The rock inside the Sentinel head.
Oh, that is the thing.
And you got the Warlock, you've got the Vision, Beast's hide hanging in the background.
Oh, that's wild.
Skeleton. You got tons of Easter eggs in here. This kind of looks like the bottled city of Kandor.
That would be two DC references in one, with two panels, because he talks about the next panel needing a giant penny.
Yep. You got old man sitting in the Xavier's chair, and it is revealed to be none other than Rick Jones.
Oh, that's Doc Ock's tentacles right there.
And you got those tentacles here and Stiltman's legs. You got so many Easter eggs in this. All the different Iron Man armors.
Needs a giant penny.
Getting my cousin to give my dog some treats. Sorry. I'll mute Lynn if you want to talk about Sid for a second.
Look, no, Sid, he needs that giant penny because Batman is feared in every universe.
He is scared. You said scared or scary?
He's feared in every universe.
I don't know. A mentally ill guy with no parents and lots of money? Weak. Weak sauce.
I don't know, man. Look, are you gonna fight Bruce?
I'll fight Bruce. I mean, I'll lose, but I'll fight him.
No, thanks. Listen, I know how to fight and I'll lose, so I'm not even attempting.
I want to torture an old man.
Hey, yo.
With no leg. What?
Well, this is the guy that had his leg blown off. As you can see, he's bandaged up. And this is the Maestro Citadel where they're going to read his memories to get to find out what's going on. We get the Maestro in his robe and his big crown. And one of his many, many concubines. He's like, I told him, Lee is scientists down like if we push him too far, we'll completely fry his brains. Like, Maestro don't care. He wants to know.
Honey Badger don't care.
And he's getting like the flashbacks of where they went back in the time. They actually repaired Dr. Doom's time pad and went back in time to recruit the present day Hulk to the bring him to Ford. Who else better to fight the Hulk than the Hulk? So that's what they thought.
And they broke his door latch.
Yep. And
$2.
She is his granddaughter. Jones' granddaughter, future, which it's a nice little nod too, where she's got red hair, so it's like Marlo, his wife.
Yeah.
She's a really cool character. Like, wish she could have stuck around the comics longer. Could have kept her around as an alternate timeline character, but alas, we didn't last.
Yep, we got the Hulk family, the Psycho Cannibals. The next time we saw the Maestro, and it's like, why?
Different timeline where the old Hulk, Bruce Banner was basically incestual thing, but this is a completely different one. And I like this version, old Hulk, better than any.
Oh yeah, no. This Maestro made me fall in love with the Hulk. Like,
Yeah, like he was getting impatient. Like this is boring. I want more information. Turn up the machine, and it goes back where the fixing the Doctor Doom's time pad portal, and we're able to go back in time and recruit the Hulk.
And the second time in one day that this man has lost part of his body.
Yep, and he basically just pops his head like a zit. Which the Hulk hitting somebody would basically be that.
Yeah.
A human being. Which there's one scene in issue 2 that to me is like the girl would not have survived what he did to her.
When he used her as a battering ram.
Yeah. Just the sheer force of him wow, one arm would have ripped your arm off.
That scene in Invincible when Omni-Man kills Darkwing, that's what would have happened.
Though we went over the briefing situation, the rebels explained the condition of the world. It's been decades since the nuclear war restored most of civilization. Real the enemy was the Maestro. First encounter of the tyrant that Hulk almost like family means to see his younger self. Tries convincing the Hulk that survival of the world means ruling the Iron Fist. No more dialogue talking about everything's going on with the. We get more little hit like showing like other characters that's passed away like throughout the years. Like the Hulk is the only one left. It's like all the different heroes. I know they revisit the Maestro stuff in modern era, but it's like a different Maestro. It's kind of wimpy compared to what this Maestro was. They even like they had it worded like the Hercules was the original Maestro in the new stories. Then the Hulk Maestro takes him down and becomes the new Maestro. Oh, we got I like these little Easter eggs here. Jean Grey again? A little nod where she's died so many times. Lady. Bigger jar for the Blob. All different people's passed over the eras, and his wife Betty.
I think it's safe to say that Daredevil's on that shelf too because he's got that picture right under it.
That's true. Well, Daredevil's not much more than an extra agile human, so with extra sensory senses. So
that just means he felt it more when he died.
War, I would say he wouldn't fare too well.
He just felt it more when he did die.
It's like the speedster in Invincible, like when Omni-Man killed him, was like speedsters have faster perception of time, and so when he was getting crushed, to him it was like an eternity because his perception of time is different. You got crushed slowly to death.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
You got the Maestro going go to confront the Hulk and the rebels, and taking the soldiers with him. He starts digging through down to the rebel base and punches through. We come through. He orders his troops. The rebels have set all these booby traps up where kills all of the Maestro's men, basically.
I really like these booby traps. They felt.
You got sprayed with high-powered acid, and then lasers, which almost feels like the
Resident Evil
Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
What they did to the T-1000.
Yeah.
Pops and Sarah did. With basically all his men basically got destroyed, and they had enough of it. And he just walks through the traps with like no effect whatsoever.
Except for he was upset about his clothes.
No, can we go back a panel real quick?
Yeah.
Like, look at that bottom panel right there. They knew what they were doing with the artwork, the intimidating stance, the presence, the fact that you knew he was stepping forward and walking down on his enemies. That is some beautiful artwork. How the top of his head is like cut off by the bottom of the other panels. Just letting you know this man is too big for the panel to even contain. You should be afraid right now.
Yeah. Great use of like angles and perspective, like the just making him look towering, more intimidating than he already is. It's just, all the things that kill all the mortals, just an annoyance to him. And we get the first encounter between Bruce and Bruce, and it's kind of iconic shot, like a Dr. Banner, I presume. Which great introduction of the two meeting for the first time.
Yeah,
it is Dr. Banner, like I said. With this is the persona where they are considered Dr. Banner, the Hulk.
But also, can we talk about this is the Hulk that was aware and considered being called Dr. Banner by other people an insult. So they also are insulting each other.
He actually, we called him during this time period. He actually introduced himself as Dr. Banner.
I think in the Secret Wars run leading up to this, Hulk introduced himself as Dr. Banner, but
Secret Wars was still the Savage Hulk.
Yeah, that was like and this is like far flung future. So no, you know.
With this incarnation Hulk, he didn't have the rage boost.
Right.
The regular
he didn't get stronger as he got madder. So.
A set strength level, and he had a regenerative factor, like, which kind of was like not played up very much in this one. Like, he's been like hurt much worse than he gets hurt in this, and killed a lot faster in the main run. But,
yeah. Well, I don't know. It does say later on that he does get madder, stronger the madder he gets in this storyline.
Later on, they made it where he put like a mental cap. If he ever lost control, they had him revert to Banner. He would have become Savage Banner instead of Savage Hulk. A mindless Banner.
Now you're just a guy.
That's how he got shrapnel on his head too, because he jumped on a grenade when he's Banner. We started up the second issue with their confrontation, and main present day Hulk just gets blasted out with a single hit. The Maestro is twice as strong, so
makes sense.
Yeah.
To the moon.
He got that old man strength.
It's just got a great feel to the action. You feel the movement of the panel.
He looks like he's just yawning, having a really nice stretch.
No, and this is a perfect example of power clipping too, because Hulk has been tearing through people all the way up until now, and first confrontation, you're like, okay, this is going to be a battle. Next panel, next page, Hulk is flying. What?
This is kind of like when Spider-Man got comfortable being Spider-Man, they did the storyline where Gwen Stacy gets killed. This is kind of the humbling thing of the merged Hulk. Very cocky, very arrogant, like the Grey Hulk. And this whole thing was basically humbled him for a long time. And he not only gets broken physically, he gets broken mentally as well. The Maestro just messes with him like crazy in this storyline. The confrontation is a big brawl, as you expect, two Hulks fighting each other. Which Maestro basically initially kind of like starts to tease him too, like where I've seen this, your punches coming on 100 years away.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're going to do, which that's the thing with the Hulk. He's not a skilled fighter. He's Bruce Banner. He's a scientist.
He's a puncher. He punches.
He's a brawler. He's not really a skilled a tactician fighter. It's if you ever had a trained Hulk, it'd be something you really don't want to mess with.
I mean, World Breaker Hulk, after he came back from fighting in the gladiatorial stage,
yep,
he was a little scarier. He was a little scarier than every other Hulk.
That Hulk is almost like a reemergence of the merged Hulk. It was a combination of the two. They were in Banner and the Hulk were in conjunction. They worked together.
This is what happens when the Hulk gets peace, and then you take it away from him.
Another great storyline. We can revisit some of it, like doing the Planet Hulk stuff.
Yeah.
This was like one of the original, like really good Hulk storylines. Like then you had the Planet Hulk storyline and even World War Hulk. World War Hulk got a little overinflated with all the crossover stuff, but the key story was really good. I liked with the Planet Hulk stuff too, with Illuminati. You had like Namor, was the voice of reason.
Yeah.
He's like, he will come back. He's gonna be pissed. I'm not gonna have any part of this.
Yeah.
But in their first battle, they clashed, massive fight. The Hulk fights hard. The Maestro's century of exposure to radiation and experience made him just a better fighter. He's stronger, better fighter, a better technician, and he don't care to cheat. As you see, he's grabs the woman and he says he's going to kill her if he makes forward. The Hulk's trying to bluff him, so he's not going to do it. And this is what I was referring to earlier. It's like he grabs her by one arm, putting her slinger on the ground, going to basically just pop her.
Should have been jelly right there.
Yeah. Well, the arm would have just flown off right then.
Right.
She would have kept on going. When he slung her back like that, she would have just kept on going, and he still had her arm in her hand. And if it's actually accurate, which would probably happen in a more modern comic.
Yeah.
They were still censoring things back then. This was a little more
comic booky.
More not as comic booky as the main run, but because you still have people getting melted in acid and stuff. But you had some people popping, but you notice when they punched the head, they actually didn't show it; they just showed the aftermath type thing. Same with the guy got shot in the head earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's all aftermath stuff, not actually being too gruesome with it.
Yeah, you got to remember the time period this came out in. This is the 90s where most of the cool stuff happened off screen.
Yeah.
Party on, Darth.
And it worked. You got the Hulk off balance, and he was... Maestro just starts to toy with him after this. And he's just... Basically the entire time, but he kind of reveals Maestro was toying with him the entire time. Like he could have took him down because he's stronger and more powerful, and like I said, and full power that punch, he just like it's nothing. Of course, this is
when I saw him clap his punch, I was like, oh, that's kind of like when Eisen stopped Ichigo's sword. Just stopped his theme music in my head.
And this predates that too, so
right. Was Bleach inspired by this? No, I'm kidding.
Which some manga is actually inspired by, the guy that writes My Hero Academia. He's very inspired with older U.S. comics.
Yep.
Well, I almost have a theory that All Might's design is a little bit based on crime. If you look at it,
I feel like All Might is a mix between I feel like All Might is a mix between Superman, Captain America, and like a little bit of the cynicism of Batman. Creepy name.
Well, I see the inspiration of Prime is the face, big grin, and the way the eyes are drawn. It's very Norm Bracewell style art. With the got the fight, Hulk's overpowered him. He's getting ready to break his arm, basically, and it's just the funniest scene in the whole book.
Crunch.
Correct. You know, with the Hulk hitting you that hard, you probably rupture your toes.
Well, I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, why did they crunch? That's not what soft tissue does when you hit it. It doesn't go crunch.
Well, is the Hulk's tissue soft though?
But it's not. It's soft enough for him to move.
Nah, look, maybe he punched him so hard he also broke his pelvic bone. I don't know.
I don't know. This is my favorite panel because I love finding these like weird faces that every one that we've done so far has had one of these weird, wacky faces, and it's the best part of each of these.
Yeah, no, that's the era of comics. Like, comic book characters were so expressive in the 90s. Like, they had just gotten away from, like, the dotting style of coloring the panels and started coloring them in, like, half digital, half painting. So it's like they started focusing more on the expressive, like, features of their faces. So, like, this era had some great faces.
Which George Pérez is really good with that, too. And well, with the big fight too, after he just did the Nutcracker move to him and punched him into the building, with the building starts to collapse, which is the Hulk, the younger Hulk actually still cares about collateral damage and worried about the people in the building, which the Maestro takes advantage of and basically comes up behind him while he's trying to rescue people and comes up and grabs him and breaks his neck. Paralyzes the Hulk for a while. He goes black when he cracks his neck. And we
like the opposite of a glow stick.
Yeah.
He cracked it and it stopped working.
And we got the rebels, like, and kind of basically, they're all in distraught. What's going on? And Old Man Rick, he's just like, yeah. He don't care. He's kind of out of it. No, if you don't know if he thinks Bruce is going to succeed, or it's just where he's just so old. He's well over 100 years old at this time.
It's about to be not his problem anymore.
Yeah. The Hulk wakes up in the palace. He's in the neck brace, paralyzed from the neck down, and with a slave girl on top of him. And he originally thinks it's Betty when he starts waking up because he thinks it's been a whole nightmare. And she basically kind of
rapes him.
Yeah. So he can't move, and he's like, "I'll take care of everything for you." And she took care of everything for him.
Yeah, we ain't gonna sugarcoat what happened there. He even said stop. So,
and it is a stop. The Maestro is like so sadistic. He's like, he sends more to go do more to him. He's sending all these to go to do that more.
Yeah.
This is the point where young Hulk is married to Betty. This is not. He's dating Betty. They are a married couple.
Yeah.
I was watching, like, trying to get caught up too. Like, as someone else reviewing this, they thought like they were just dating at times. Like, no, the more significant point of this is because he is in a marriage. It's like he is a good man.
Hey, listen, I've always wondered, like, with Hulk anatomy, when he's Hulk, is it like a baby arm? You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's Maestro's favorite, so she's probably already used to that. It's like, this is the rebels, so like, oh, they're throwing in the dead bodies down, like where he's actually the guy they read his brain, plucked in, he popped his head to get the. They come find this. Sorry. These are scavengers that's going through finding what they can out of the corpses that's surrounding the building that's the Hulk's killed. The rebels stop them from basically like stealing anything from his corpses and kind of give them like a fair off send off. And we got the flash forward a little bit where the Hulk is starting to heal a little bit. He's getting some movement back into his body. And we got another slave girl, like, basically still humiliating him, like hand feeding them and on his lap. It's got in a giant Xavier style chair. There's nice dialogue here too, which is talking about like it's the variations of time travel, what theorizing, like if the Hulk is like it's like I'd kill myself right now if I think it could stop you, and the Maestro's like, oh really? Here's a gun, do it. Then he explains to him, like, well, this is an alternate. Since you're a rival here, you've changed the timeline. I have no memory of this encounter from my past, so this means this is a different timeline altogether by your interference coming here. So you killing yourself would not actually cause any change to my past, because you're from a different past. And basically calls the Hulk's bluff. He's not going to kill himself. It's very good dialogue back with like possibilities, like theoretically, like what could happen with different time travel stuff, timey-wimey stuff.
Hey, Super Groove Man, welcome back. I did post in the private chat a response to Bongsley asking about Hulks. They didn't think about that back then.
No. We got the Hulk taking the Maestro taking the Hulk onto like a small village outside the city. He's like collecting. He basically, for tribute, he collects slaves, like more slaves. He gives them some. He's going to like collect another slave girl. It's more like a showing his ways of being a tyrant, and this entire thing is just going to sway his younger self into basically becoming
joining him. Join me, and together we shall rule the galaxy as myself and my younger self.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about this series of panels, like the writer, like, hey, yo, this dude has popped a dude's head off, tried to fling a girl into the concrete and smash her like a grape. The Hulk grape, like, explicitly.
Yeah.
How else can we make sure that we know that this man is like devilishly evil? Human trafficking. Like, whoa, they gave this man all the worst character traits.
His entire harem is slaves, slave girls. So this is basically he's collecting another slave. He's like, he was thanking the father for raising good stock. He checks her like livestock. There's no lice. She's got good teeth, and he's treating her like an animal, like no sores, firm, good teeth, and he gives them some rations for payment for her. He bought her from his, and they were begging, "Don't take my daughter. She's all I have." And
well, now you got some grains and
rations. And he's explaining like how the things work, like in the future, like these people are starving. Why don't you let them live in the cities? Like, our resources are not infinite. And it's like, I am being generous. I'm putting nutrients into the soil. Like, he is trying to show that he's not completely evil, but he's so evil he don't understand he's evil.
I mean, if you were curious if he was evil, he's wearing a giant toe on his head.
He changes outfits a lot.
He does.
See, that's just the progression of young Hulk needing drip. You know what I'm saying? We saw him in a tracksuit. Older him's like, boy, what? I changed fits.
So
like we change underwear, okay? I got the drip.
Yeah, and they change outfits again. Now they're in matching outfits. The Hulk's starting to, like, showing he's recovering. He's on crutches now, and Maestro is still trying to convince him. Hulk is taking him back to see. This allows to heal, keep them caged while taunting them about the sharing nature, the inedible future. Janus, Rick's granddaughter, and fierce rebel fighters orchestrate Hulk's escape. The Hulk is taken, which all this is going on. We've got the slave girl that now goes by Betty because Hulk called her Betty. I'll be Betty if you want me to. Big banquet. The Maestro actually, Hulk's been playing along, what you found out too. You got one of the Maestro's guards, like he realized thing, maybe I can kill the Maestro if I kill his younger self, and he tries to kill the young Hulk, which Hulk was playing possum. He wasn't actually as injured as he was. He was actually recovered a while back, and he's been pretending. He healed faster than what he was making out to be. Which you think the Maestro would realize that I can heal faster than this.
He says that.
Well, Maestro also has a little bit of that Joe Fix-It in him. He's cocky. He's like, well, you know what? I have had 100 years of absorbing gamma radiation. Maybe I'm just better than you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I missed it here. Yep. So here's in the dialogue here. You're healing nicely. We have curious physiology. Some injuries take longer to get over than others. I've discovered through an unfortunate first-hand encounter that a broken neck takes the longest time to heal, that you'll recover fully.
Yeah, but I believe Maestro is playing Hulk right there. Maestro knows that he's already, at that point, he's already healed. And Maestro says later on, I knew you were faking it. I was just waiting for you to make your move, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah.
True.
I was kind of fast rereading.
Yeah.
You stay here and rule by my side. Basically, Father, me and me, we can rule the whole universe together. Like you said.
Father and... Wait, this doesn't work.
And they both think they're playing each other, so.
I was reading this, and I was like, this is what happens when you go to stay the summer with your uncle.
Yeah. This minister felt very Desada-esque. Like, yeah. This feels like a worm.
Unfortunately, the Maestro's right. The alternate time tracks feed. Richards did a paper on that. Like, he's explaining to them, like, yeah, the Maestro's right. Killing young Hulk would do nothing. We got the setting up confrontation for the next round with Hulk versus Maestro, which Maestro, like I said, was waiting. Who's there, Banner? It's Banner. It's a really bad day, but Hunter is a doctor.
It's Banner really bad day.
Couldn't bear to dispose of such a fine weapon, so it's a heck of a weapon. Can actually shoot holes. See, these are holes being blasted through the hole.
Good old Forge.
Yep. both arms get 2 holes blasted in his chest, back, his legs. He's severely injured. Maestro was just from all.
That man hit him with the spirit shotgun.
It's the fight breaks out like they're in the city, and the rebels take back the Hulk back to the. Sorry. Second confrontation's in the trophy room again. It's coming up soon. Just looking at my notes. He's following the trail of blood. The Hulk's leaving for the Maestro, following him to the trophy room. And we got the old man Rick Jones. Apparently can still. He's summoned the shield. He's got a remote, like the Cap's. Like at one point in time when the Cap had like the remote working, like the magnetic thing where you can pull the shield back. And he pulls that in front of himself right just in time when the Hulk's smashing him, but still, he's 100 years old.
Yeah.
Even with Cap's shield. He ain't going to do too good. Plus, he gets impaled on Wolverine's claws. You got the young Hulk show up and pick up the shield and throw it at the Maestro as hard as he can and basically cuts him because that's back when Cap's shield was still indestructible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody's ever been able to break it at that point.
Now everyone breaks it. I could probably break it if you give me a second or two.
Nah, man. Have you guys seen the new element in Marvel? What is it called? Mysterium?
I don't think so.
Tony Stark has made a new suit out of this element. It's magic resistant. It makes the user stronger somehow. It has all the properties of vibranium and more.
That sounds like plot armor.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
No, literally plot armor because Tony has a suit made of it.
Didn't like Earth Mightiest Heroes Tony make a suit out Uru?
Yeah.
The fight in the trophy room, which is big fight with the Maestro. Well, the Maestro still Hulk's hurt, but he did hurt the Maestro in the back. But still, he's much more. Maestro's more powerful. You can't beat him truly in a fight. The Maestro tries to pick up the Mjolnir, and he says, like, after all these years, I can't pick up the damn thing. So, like her theory is like they built a museum around the hammer, didn't they?
Yeah. Just pick up the dirt, the ground under the hammer and throw it.
Transitive property.
Elevator.
I mean, technically that shouldn't work because hasn't Hulk thrown Thor while he was holding Mjolnir?
I do know if Hulk can't hit you with the hammer, he'll hit the hammer with you.
Thanks.
We got a WWE style drop kick of the Maestro to the face, crashing into all the urns. We get a broken banner. And that's going. He's like Rick's he's dying.
He don't care anymore.
No. So they're like all the ash of all the dead people were in the Hulk's face, so he's just beating the crap out of him while he's blinded. It's like pocket sand. The Dale dribble like fighting method.
I'm resting Shackleford.
But as soon as the Maestro recovers, he just starts pummeling the living daylights out of the Hulk. There's no way he can beat him physically. But Hulk had a plan. He drags his body over to cross of it, and the Maestro basically teases him that this is an entire plan for the Hulk after all. He brings the Maestro to the time platform. He sends the Maestro back to the Hulk's timeline to a certain point. Oh, We lost him.
Baby, come back.
So he sent back the Maestro back in time. Everybody's asking what's going on.
I got lost in the void.
Rick dies in Hulk's arms, and we get to see what happened to the Maestro. He gets sent back to New Mexico, next to the gamma bomb that creates the Hulk, and the same explosion that creates the Hulk disintegrates the Maestro. They actually worked this into the main continuity with the Hulk's homing sense, where he always comes back to New Mexico no matter where in the world he's at.
Yeah.
Especially the Savage Hulk. He's actually being drawn by the Maestro's essence. Even though he was atomized, the Maestro was still regenerating. Basically, at this point in time, the Hulks were basically immortal. Like, you could kill them, they would still come back eventually. Take a long time. In the later run of Peter Davis' book, where the Maestro had recovered enough of his body that he still couldn't move his body, he took possession of the destroyer armor with his spirit and was going to kill the Hulk that way, but that's for a different time. We got, it's kind of yin and yang. You got his creation is part of his essence, but being like part of the bomb. Could that help, like, what triggered the transformation as well?
That's kind of what I was thinking. This is kind of like in the Flash, when Flash goes back in time and becomes the lightning bolt that turns Flash into the Flash. Yeah. Now he's stuck in an infinite loop.
We're not going to talk about it.
Well, with this being an alternate timeline too, though, it's a different Hulk is killed at the point when the Hulk is created. We got Hulk still in the future. He's got his more traditional, later on, after this came, was more standard, his black wife beater on, and the brown pants. He puts some glue on the Captain America's shield and puts Rick's ashes on there and throws it basically in his face. And that ends. He goes back to his own timeline. With the bomb going off, killing the Maestro instantly, and with the event loops back to his own history. Later explain as canon the movement to an anchor point in the Maestro's essence in the past. Chance to rebuild the Maestro gone. The rebels have hope for the timeline of decades. Hulk basically returns home. The platform goes back to his time. Like I said, it messed with the Hulk psyche for a long time. During the Smart Hulk runs of the Hulk, where the fear he could actually turn into the Maestro eventually.
Yeah. Every time he sneezes, he becomes his evil self. Oh wait, no, that's.
You got a little glimpse of that too a few years ago when they did Doc Green stuff, and again, brain trauma caused another transformation. They had the Indestructible Hulk run, which is great. Then they ended that one by basically shooting Bruce Banner in the head, and him almost dying. Then when he transformed back, he was the Doc Green. And then they had that stupid Doc Green storyline was terrible. They did that storyline basically for him to go around depowering all the other gamma powered beings. They got rid of Red Hulk. They got rid of A-Bomb, got rid of Scar, which Red She-Hulk. It was stupid. Then they turned around and killed the Hulk off not long after that and turned Amadeus Cho into Hulk.
Everyone loved Amadeus Cho as Hulk, right?
I loved Amadeus Cho as Amadeus Cho before they changed his complete personality and changed him to the Hulk. He was Bro Hulk. For my wife, that's what she always called him, Bro Hulk.
We got a question from Timbo Toys. They're a little late to the conversation, but could the Devil Hulk beat Maestro Hulk? Devil Hulk from the Immortal Hulk run? believe so. Me personally,
Yeah, the Hulk's just got more powerful over the years. Like this is the Maestro is very strong, very powerful, but he don't have the infinite strength like later versions do.
not to mention Devil Hulk. His healing factor was like 10 times better.
Oh,
His whole body blown apart until he was just a skeleton. Instantly regenerated and popped people's heads. Uh, got cut into pieces and put into different jars. Outsmarted the guy who was experimenting on him and released himself. So he had the intelligence and the strategy down. Uh, he was fast, like super fast.
people don't realize the Hulk is basically kind of like a mini speedster. He is very fast. He can snatch speedsters like easily.
His perception is very high. Like he can. You know what, Dog Gutierrez? You are not wrong. See, you all got beaten by Thanos so bad he didn't want to come out.
Well,
No.
what sucks? You see, like I've seen interviews with the Russo brothers afterwards. They admit what they did to the Hulk and Thor was because they didn't know what to do with them because they were too powerful.
How about you make Thanos more powerful? How about you actually make him the Mad Titan?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you did not need introduce Carol Danvers in those movies.
Not at all.
They basically had the whole in game would have been so much better if they did two things. When the Ancient One pushed Banner out of the Hulk, one of the coolest things they could have done was have the Hulk, while they're talking, have the Hulk wake up while he's outside the body, because they're two different entities. And like when they're wrapping up the conversation, the Hulk's eyes open up, and Banner's like, "Put me back, put me back, put me back," and puts them back and keeps the Savage from coming out. At the very end of the fight, when they're getting their asses creamed before like they get reinforcements or wherever, and the ship starts bombing down before they brought in Carol Danvers to blow up the ship, he goes with the Doctor Strange, says, very reminiscent of Onslaught, the fight back in the comics. Push me out of the Hulk. I know you can do it. Your mentor did it to me. Push me out. Release the beast.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's so much better scene.
And you know what? I wish they would do Doctor Strange Hulk companion movie where they do that, where they're like getting pinned down by Dormammu or something. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Strange, unleash the beast. Separate me from the Hulk. I know you can do it."
That's what he did during the heroes were fighting Onslaught. He went to Jean Grey, said, basically, release the Savage, repress my psyche, and let the Savage out. Because he knew he couldn't defeat him. But when they did, he destroyed Onslaught's shell.
Man, they need to let us write the MCU. We got ideas over here.
Yep.
Well, we actually know about how the comics. We've actually read on this story is like it was like one of the coolest things for the fact where you had a humbling. He was very arrogant and cocky before this story.
Yep.
And this story humbled him for a while.
This should have been so like 2009 or 10 or something like that when we got those Hulk versus movies. Mm-hmm. This should have been the third one, Hulk versus Hulk.
Yeah,
this should have been included in that.
Make a great animated movie.
It would have. That's exactly what I was thinking as I was reading this. Like, oh man, I could see this playing out as an animated movie. Make it R-rated. I don't care.
It would actually be easier to do than Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk, they condensed that story way too much.
Right.
The animated movie.
And you know what? See, that's the thing about Marvel, the movie company, they don't know what they're doing with either their animated or live action stuff. Like, take a page from the DCEU, make a couple of animated movies that link together in some sort of way. They have one through line, like the Doomsday stuff from Justice League Unlimited. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, they were trying to copy Warner Brothers homework for a while when they were trying to do like animated stories from the comics with like the Planet Hulk, but they were cutting out too much stuff. DC stuck to the stories better.
Yeah.
Like Superman vs. the Elite, fantastic movie.
I love that one.
World's Finest, that was one of my favorites.
The All-Star, Superman.
Yeah.
It's not very accurate to the storyline, but the 2008 or 9 Superman Doomsday movie, I love that movie.
That's great.
I love that one. Yeah.
They couldn't do the full Reign of the Superman stuff because legal rights of the characters and stuff like that.
Right. I mean, we basically got like Bizarro cloning version of that movie, and like I said, kind of like the Under the Red Hood movie where they did with the Batman. It was a fantastic movie. Doesn't have anything to do with the original storyline, but it's a fantastic movie by itself.
I'll be right back, guys.
No, you won't. So, chat, you like slurs?
Hey, yo.
Huh? Oh, this is just what I do when he disappears. I try and get the chat banned.
Try to get the chat banned. It's crazy.
So I found this I'm gonna screen share this website that I found. It's called meatspin.com. They sell barbecue related supplies and.
Hey, listen. You got me in the chat tonight, so there's probably way too many black people here.
Well, I think thanks to you and Chucky, I think for the first time ever, I have more people watching on my stream than Jared does on his. So it works. It works out in my favor.
Hey, listen, we love to have it. Hey, man, one of these days, me and you gotta start our own podcast, man. Something like Chill Dudes Chilling.
Yeah, we could do it. Play something in the background, like some Grounded or something. Just something simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it, lady.
Do it, lady. Is this because I'm gay? Yes, Darth, I have a YouTube channel. I do. It's, 39 subscribers. Yeah. Kind of a big deal.
I have like 106.
My room smells of rich mahogany. I have many leather-bound books. And I'm kind of a big deal. Yes, Darth. Yes.
Darth, there's a link to his channel down in the description, I believe. I put it in there this time.
Let's see. I always put it in my videos. Every single one of my videos says, follow my friends.
Ooh.
Be nice if someone returned the favor.
I think I'm returning the favor. I'm old. I can't remember everything.
I can't remember what I had for lunch, so.
Yes, your channel is on the description.
The tuna sandwich. And I remember because I was like, this is sad. I'm eating just a tuna sandwich.
A Justin tuna sandwich?
What else? You got anything? Any mayo or pickles or relish?
Listen, it was the full tuna. It had the eggs, the pickle relish, the mayonnaise in it, but I had no chips. I didn't even toast the bread, man. I was just like, I don't feel like it.
I had a bacon cheeseburger, so.
Well, hey, Steph, guess what?
Guess what?
Fuck you.
Chicken butt.
Hey, this is a Christian Minecraft server. Thank you very much.
But Overall, though, I really enjoyed this book.
Yes, this is by far the best of the 3 that we've done so far. Like I said, it's nice to have good story and good art in the same book.
I mean, Hulk books are usually top tier. I mean, he's a green dude in purple short shorts. Like, he's gonna pop on every page anyway.
Yeah, it's like with the conclusion of this report is like isn't this a future villain story? It's one of the most defining tales for the Hulk ever told. Really, it's prestige. Peter David, George Pérez working together. Tight, brutal, thought-provoking narrative that forces the Hulk to confront his darkest version of himself, and basically humbles him within the whole process. The story is inedible, the corruption of pool of power, the thin veil between line of hero and tyrant. He was trying to convince the Hulk of basically coerce him into basically the dark side. The Maestro is terrifying because he isn't an alien, demon, or cosmic god. He's the Hulk's own personal, fully realized internal evil itself. And I love the fact that he folded into the Marvel's main canon. It wasn't just a standalone book, which people tend to get wrong when they talk about this book. It's not a standalone. They worked it into the story.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just needed a reason to flesh out the Hulk because the whole 80s grunge, long hair, big muscles era was ending, and they was like, man, this dude can't just be walking around Hulk smash.
Yeah, it's not just fist on fist, it's a hero versus his own destiny.
Yeah.
Yep.
It definitely shows that dichotomy of Hulk of being like the Avenger, you know what I'm saying? Like the fighter for peace and justice over anger and conflict versus, hey man, I could really fix all the world problems if I just start smacking people around.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Basically, the Maestro was Homelander before there was a Homelander.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't as gory as a modern style, but it was very ahead of its time.
Yeah, but could you imagine if they did this story like in a modern 2025 animated movie with the R rating and just balls to the wall?
It'd be awesome. But the problem is though,
well,
they wouldn't. They'd chicken out.
I don't know. Well, I say balls to the walls, but the balls would be a little bit flatter after Hulk got a hold of them. But
you're gonna sound like a soprano.
Yeah.
Listen. He's
motor mouth.
He's not just punching you in the balls. He's punching you through the gooch right into the pelvic bone, man. He's leaving a crunch when he's done.
He was punching his own children at that point.
Yeah.
Probably if look at that, just change the sound effect to pop pop.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You talking? See, they've worked since they got the rights to Mickey. Since on Disney now, you can start talking like Mickey Mouse.
Every man in the audience in the theater is gonna be like,
"Yeah, it's a good thing he's got a film factor."
Man.
Yeah, it could be like a limited series, like Amazon, if they can get away with it, Invincible. They could totally do it with the Hulk.
Hey,
they gotta get Marvel to be like, okay, we'll do it.
So
easily do it where it's each book was over 50 pages. So you can modern comic. That's what 8 issues now.
Yeah, and they cost like $4 a piece. So.
Oh yeah, definitely $4 a piece.
What was the cover price on this? I didn't pay attention.
Probably like 75 cents or something stupid like that.
Oh yeah, no, listen, and guess what? If you want the alternate cover prints, $7.
Well, they were $5.95 back in the '90s. So that was an expensive book back then.
Yeah, but it was like 50 pages, so.
Yeah.
You were actually paying for
You
something.
had glossy stock paper. It's like one of the first like really big books with glossy stock paper.
Listen, I used to buy Captain Underpants at the Scholastic Book Fair for like $7, and those were like 40 pages. So
I paid 60 a piece for the Invincible omnibuses, and those were like 600 pages.
well, see, my wife is in the comments talking about I don't do tuna sandwiches like that. Listen, it's just because I had a bad tuna sandwich. Like you can do a tuna sandwich up and make it better. I was just being lazy.
Well, I mean, that's debatable.
Listen, you put a little tomato, a little lettuce on that thing, a little provolone cheese.
The lettuce and tomato ain't the issue. It's the tuna.
Put a little bacon on top, you know what I'm saying?
With they do all those like Star Wars shorts things, like the animated stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather see this in a heartbeat than animated than any like what if Star Wars stuff.
But you also have to keep in mind the fact that if they did it, they would ruin it like they do the Star Wars shorts. So you're being spared.
But
your passion isn't being molested.
if they could do it like stay true to the story, it'd be a good like thing for like. Let's see. When they took over Marvel, they had the Great Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, which was very much meant for comic book fans.
Yes, I love that show.
Then once they took over, they told them to wrap it up soon because we're going to replace it.
Avengers
Assemble, which was basically meant for kids.
Yeah.
They had an episode where they were fighting over cookies. The Falcon's mom sent cookies, and they were having fights over that.
And that is one of my biggest fears with James Gunn and his new universe. I like Superman, but the fact that he's making it to where everything has to be part of the same universe, there's not going to be any diversion from that.
Yeah,
scares me quite a bit.
Hold on now, Seth. Remember, comic books and crossovers are fun because of the dynamics of these two very opposite characters exist in the same universe. Like, think about it like this. Metropolis and Gotham only have a bay between them.
Yes, I agree. But also, like, prior to this, we had the DC animated movie universe. We had the Timverse. We had the Snyder movies. We had all three existing simultaneously at one point or another.
Well, that was the whole Infinite Crisis thing. He basically destroyed all the other DC continuities.
Yeah.
He made a point to basically tell you all the universes you loved before are all gone now.
Which wouldn't necessarily be a problem if we were getting new universes to replace them. But we're not. There's not going to be any. We're going to be lacking variety because it's all going to be the one continuity, which I understand from a okay, we want everything to be related and connected and make sense.
And even going to have the same actors do the voices on animated projects too.
Yeah. It's just.
So it means Creature Commandos is in the same continuity as Superman.
Yes. Which for the live action stuff or for his specific universe, if it was just his universe, I would be okay with that. But the fact that it's ruining everything else is my problem. I like the direction this is going. I like the way it looks, but I don't want all of my eggs in one basket.
Right. With Marvel, they're just all over the place right now. So
they're all over all of their eggs are broken. Their eggs are all cracked. They're all over the ground. They were all in one basket, and now there's no basket. The basket's gone.
You got the carnivorous squirrels in California licking up the eggs.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what I'm afraid of for DC. If something goes wrong and for whatever reason this universe goes in a bad direction, that's it.
Well,
How long will it be before we get
Warner
like
Brothers has shown they will bail at the slightest hiccup.
Yeah. Even when they finally start getting their feet under them a little bit, and people are like, okay,
Man of Steel was not a failure whatsoever.
No, Man of Steel was. The Man of Steel was good. The extended edition Batman v Superman was much better than the theatrical cut. If they had been able to release that version from the get-go, it would have been received much better. And the Zack Snyder Justice League was quite a big success. If we could have gotten those 3 movies in those forms released, we would be looking at a completely different story right now.
I understand there's this horrible situation going on too with Snyder. Not only was he getting messed with by the studio, he had a tragic loss of his daughter, and I'm sure that didn't make things any easier. So, if they stuck to their guns and just should have done Batman vs Superman right off the pick, they should let them just do Man of Steel 2.
Yeah. Yes, that was their other issue. We should have had a Man of Steel 2 and a Batman before we got Batman v Superman.
Yep. Should have built the universe before they started.
They should have. Batman v Superman is the reason a lot of people don't like Ben Affleck as Batman, even though he is, in my opinion, the best Batman we've had, as far as a comic book accurate standpoint.
Yep.
He is.
I feel like Ben Affleck played the perfect older Bruce for the Batman v Superman storyline, because that Bruce was like, all right, some people are unredeemable. I got to put belt to ass.
Thank you, Darth.
Yeah, we're discouraging the Mandos. It's in the same continuity.
The only thing I'm discrediting is the fact that all the eggs are in one basket, and if the basket gets turned over, we're losing everything.
The WB gets cold feet again. And
whereas previously, even if
because really, as good as Superman was, it's not that big of a financial success.
Right, we're like what, 700 million at this point, which is good for current box office times. I think we are past the $1 billion. Every blockbuster is making $1 billion segment. We're past that. That's not happening anymore. Streaming has killed that. The MCU has killed that. Star Wars has killed that.
No, all of that's over, my friends.
Let's see what the box office is right now.
I think it's 600 or 700 right now worldwide.
Worldwide is 569 million.
Oh.
Domestic 325. International 243.
Okay, so we're closing in on 6.
Yeah.
And even when we have good movies, they're not doing well.
Right.
Marvel or DC, they're not doing well, and it's entirely the fault of Star Wars, MCU, and streaming.
Yep.
Those three have killed blockbusters in general. And DC to a degree, because they kept making those stupid decisions with the.
Well, they want everything to be $1 billion movie right off the get-go. You got to build your universe first.
Yes. We needed a reason to like Ben Affleck as Batman before we got to disliking him for fighting Superman.
We just got our Kal-El Superman just getting him in the suit at the end of the movie being Superman. We needed another movie to really. Cavill did a great job, but we needed more from his character.
Yes. No, don't kill him in the second movie in the franchise.
Yeah. Don't give us a montage. People are like, oh, we're worshiping him like a god.
I feel like they didn't write Cavill's Clark Kent well. He was just too much Kal-El. He was too alien to the people for me.
Well, I think that would have helped too if they got a second movie, Man of Steel 2.
Mm-hmm.
He would have helped separate his Kal-El and Clark persona a little more, like help that out.
I mean, to be fair, we only saw Clark like 6 times in the entirety of Batman v Superman.
Yep.
I mean, he was Clark for the first half of Man of Steel, but he wasn't really Clark. He was like the Stranger, the mysterious Phantom. We didn't really see Clark being Clark, except for when he was on the bus and he saved the kids. That's about the only time we saw Clark being Clark. That's one thing they did do better in the James Gunn one. Even though we didn't see a whole lot of Clark, what we did see was very well fleshed out. Like he's actually a person.
That's what I really like about the '78 movie with Christopher Reeves. You had a good like Clark and Superman. Like they acted like 2 different people, even though they were the same people.
Yeah.
And he did the hunch thing. That's like what they always explain too. Like when he's Clark, he hunches over so people don't notice he's built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
And
He walks with less confidence, so you don't notice how fucking jacked he is.
people don't understand too. Like I'm not trying to downplay the success of the movie. They're like, oh, the new Superman's doing better than any other Superman movie. No, '78 movie adjusted for inflation did $1.44 billion. It had boxed originally $300.4 million. Adjusted for inflation, it's over $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
You got to take money changes value over time because of inflation.
Yeah.
So Man of Steel made more money according to inflation. But it's just a different time, like I said. The $1 billion box office is going to be few and far between now.
It is.
You're going to have to start shrinking the companies are going to have to start shrinking budgets, which is going to limit like big casting and like effects. But
we won't really know the popularity of these movies until Fantastic Four hits Disney Plus and Superman hits HBO Max. That's when we'll be like, oh, these are streaming a lot.
That's the big thing too. Streaming has basically killed movie theater experience. Why should I go to the movie theaters and within 2 months the movie's released, 2 to 3 months, I can just watch it at the house on my big screen.
For a subscription that I'm already paying for, so I don't have to go buy a
or buy the. I like to buy my physical media. Spend $25-$30, get a physical media and a digital copy.
Yeah,
and I don't have to hear people going in the movie theater or talking shit up.
Kid kicking the back of my seat for 2 hours.
If have it row to yourself and people come sit down next to you.
Yeah. Mutants.
But I hate the theater experience.
My theater's pretty good because I can get a seat that's all like. So we have like leather recliners, and then there's a wall behind each row of seats. So the seats behind you are up a little bit higher than normal. So you can go all the way back. You can stretch like this and not be blocking anyone's view. And if you get in the middle row, it's like the handicap row, and they've got seats for people that are sitting with the handicapped people. But we never have people there, so I can get a seat all by myself and not have to worry about anyone.
I was going to say that's the best seats in the house. It's like when I go to the movies, if I could take my cousin with me, and we'll sit in that row, and she's got her chair, and I'll sit in one of those chairs. And
yeah,
our theater also. I don't drink, but they sell alcohol in our theater.
Yeah, that's what this one's got, like the built-in bar and stuff. I've never actually seen anyone get a drink from the bar, so I don't know if they actually do it or if they just have it sit over there. But when you get a large drink, they always give you the collector cup, regardless of, like, you buy the large cup, you get the collector's cup. So I have a.
But to go back though, what we were talking about, this would be a perfect thing for an animated movie.
Yes.
That's what they really should do. For Marvel's wanting to do something with their animated thing, go to their big comic book events and do animated like movies. This could be like they could do this as a single movie or a limited series, or pick like something that's really the summer big crossover events make that like a limited series.
This is already a kind of relatively condensed story. I mean, it's just the 2 issues. They
Yep.
could easily turn this into an 1.5-hour, 2-hour movie without losing a whole lot.
Yep.
Maybe even gaining a little bit. If they did like a 2-hour movie on this, they could probably expand quite a bit.
It just stinks that they couldn't have Peter David consult anymore. Which I wish they would have had Peter David consult in the movies too, though.
Mm-hmm.
The person that knows the Hulk better than anybody at that time was Peter David. He wrote the Hulk for 12 years, probably longer than any other single writer.
Yeah. But no, we can't have experience. We can't have people knowing what the comic books are when they're making these movies.
Well, Disney start telling their people that's writing the books writing the movies. I mean, they're not allowed to read the comics anymore for reference.
That seems to be about the same time that these movies started falling apart. That's weird. That's weird.
It's almost like comic book fans come to see their favorite storylines adapted into live action.
Yep. Well, that's one of the things that helps with the MCU too. I like they basically based the early years of the MCU on the Ultimate Universe, which was set in a modern era. Until they ruined the Ultimate Universe in the comics, but
yeah, in my opinion, the best MCU movie was also the first MCU movie, Iron Man. Yeah. While I do agree with a lot of people that Captain America: Winter Soldier is a really good movie, none of them captures that feeling of that very first Iron Man.
I liked that one. My top 2 MCU movies is that one and the first Avenger, followed by one I think gets overlooked a lot is 2008 Hulk.
Yes, because a lot of people don't even realize it's like part of it, but Tony Stark shows up in the end of it to recruit Hulk, and yeah, that one gets forgotten a lot.
Yeah,
Blonsky. What was Blonsky? I mean, I know he was a hothead and he had the serum, but he just walks up to the Hulk like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And Hulk kicks him, and it's like, "Wait, what did you think was gonna happen?"
Well, of course, that serum made the soldiers unstable too. So at the time too, he probably thought he was invincible too. Way he could outrun vehicles.
Yeah.
He did regenerate.
He did. After getting kicked into a tree.
Hulk broke every bone in his body, but he regenerated.
Hulk was like, "I wonder, can we turn a solid into a liquid?" He said yes.
And he basically became a Stretch Armstrong there for a while.
Stomped him like a grape in Vienna.
That's a good panel right there.
Yeah. I got it on auto.
That's a good one for the feet fetishists.
Hey yo.
Hey
yo.
With the
I didn't say I was one of them. I'm just saying it's
Hey.
Well, if you think about it too, like during this era too, the Hulk would actually wear shoes, but they wouldn't last because the time you do one super jump, they'll explode.
Yeah. He wore the same size shoes as Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep, it is definitely overlooked.
Mm-hmm. And thanks for subscribing, Darth.
And
my man.
Ed Norton got Bruce Banner very much.
I kind of wonder if, that was the movie where he kind of got his reputation for being really hard to work with. And
well, he wanted to make a good movie. And
yeah.
That was he's hard to work with. I think it was kind of similar like what they did they tried to do with Cavill.
Uh-huh.
He wanted them to follow the source material. He wanted to make a good movie. And they just want to put out slop schlock, and I don't think the movie would have been near as good without his input on the movie.
You'll never be forgiven for that, Darth. You should have known. You should have. Don't ever betray me like that again.
For the betrayal of the highest order. You wound me, sir.
I can't say I didn't see it coming, and from one Sith to another, it's kind of expected. But
but there is supposed to be only two.
There is.
Now there are two.
R2D2.
But if this was I think instead of Disney Plus, Amazon Prime would be actually a better candidate for this.
Amazon does so much better with the comic book stuff than
Yeah.
any of the others out there.
I just don't think Disney likes their own material.
It makes you want, I know they bought it because it was successful and it was doing well.
Yeah.
But why did they buy it if they don't like these properties?
The people give Disney too much credit too. They try to give them credit for the 2008 Iron Man movie. That was made before they bought it.
That was Paramount.
Yeah. The Paramount was the Hulk. Iron Man was the Marvel Studios, and Hulk was Paramount. And Paramount, that's the reason why they wouldn't, when Disney bought it, they wouldn't do a Hulk movie for the longest time because Paramount had distribution rights. Hulk could be part of an ensemble cast, but he couldn't be part of a solo movie because they didn't want to share money with Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount did the distribution for Iron Man, so they didn't make it, but they helped distribute it.
Gotcha. But both of them came out at the same time. I think one of the biggest things that hurt the Hulk 2008 Hulk movie was people still had a bad taste for the Ang Lee movie.
Yeah,
it didn't do well. The local theater where I lived at the time put the Hulk in the tiniest theater in their theater, their movie room, their theaters. Put the Hulk on one of their smallest ones. You know what got the digital screen? M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening.
Oh God!
They passed up the big Hulk movie for the big screen and put The Happening on the big screen.
You said M. Night Shyamalan. You said M. Night Shyamalan. I was just like, you're not going to say Avatar. That would have been the wrong timeline, but I was like, oh no.
Yeah, they felt like they betted it on The Happening over the Hulk. I think that happened a lot. They was like, oh, M. Night Shyamalan, he's very popular. We'll get his movie. It's the biggest pile of dog crap ever made.
Right. Did anyone ever figure out what was actually happening in The Happening? Like, was it the plants?
I never watched it. It just looks too stupid.
I did watch it, and I still can't answer your question.
I've watched it like 5 times, and I still don't know.
Poor Marky Mark. He hit it.
Is it an anti-vegan movie?
I hope so. That would make the most sense out of any of them.
No. See, that makes the most sense because the plant were giving off pheromones because of human aggression, but not always. Just when the aggression was high enough, but even in like big cities where aggression is everywhere, so it doesn't get more simple than this at all.
I like Mark Wahlberg as an actor, but he picked some pretty bad roles there for a while.
Right.
Well, did he pick the roles, or would his agent do it?
Probably his agent. I don't know. He got a big break when he got Ted. I know that much.
Yeah, Ted definitely changed his career.
Now, I have to say
the other
My
guys.
favorite movie of his is Four Brothers.
Four Brothers is
Yeah,
good too. I like.
Four Brothers is my favorite Mark Wahlberg movie, but
I would have a hard time picking that over the other guys, though. The other guys is one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone Mark Wahlberg.
My cousin, I bought the other guys digitally so she can watch anytime she wanted to. She loves that movie.
Good man.
I mean, the other guys is definitely top 5. Definitely top 5, but it might be number 2.
He actually does good in comedies.
He does. Don't go chasing waterfalls, okay? Stick to the streams, you know.
See, you don't want any creeps. Creep.
I am a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
That's pop.
Oh, I knew this looked familiar. That with his, that where he's exploding.
Yeah.
That looks like. Hold on. I gotta pull this up. Jamie, pull that up.
Oh. Ah! No. I guess my StreamYard don't want me to share that in loop anymore. Oh, you shared it. It killed it.
It was my fault.
But this is one of them. I really enjoyed this one. And what do you guys want to do next?
We talked about. Justin, do you have one you want to do? If you don't have one, I got one. But
you know what? I would suggest the DC Dark Trinity run where we have Jason Todd leading Dark Justice League with Bizarro and Artemis, but that's just me.
Is that like from the New 52 run?
Yeah, I think that's the second team he was on. So yeah, that's the New 52 run.
Dark Trinity or
Rebirth New 52, I think.
Trinity War? Is that the one we're talking about?
No, I forget what it's called. I'll have to DM you, but it's the run where Jason Todd was running around with Artemis and Bizarro.
It was a regular series.
Pretty good.
Okay, it is Rebirth. I think.
I forget what the series was called. Red Hood and Outlaws, I think.
Yeah, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Volume 1, Dark Trinity.
I think that run has like 18 or 20 something issues. We could just discuss the first 5 issues if you guys want.
I mean, they're modern comics. They're not
They're not super long.
Not super long. Okay, so it is Volume 1 of Red Hood and the Outlaws, Rebirth.
Yeah, we can read that one.
Always down for some Red Hood goodness.
The Rebirth was better than they had. Red Hood and the Outlaws, New 52, which was awful, but the Rebirth was much better. They basically made Corey to a dumb bimbo in like the New 52.
The New 52 was with Corey and fucking Arsenal. That shit was ass.
Yeah. They made Corey basically be horny all the time and couldn't tell the difference between humans.
Oh. See, her being kind of horny was kind of funny in the animated movies when she was talking to Nightwing. But, you know, it wasn't her entire personality.
But that's because she had a relationship with Nightwing, and they were kind of a cute little couple. In the New 52 Outlaw, he goes and smashes fucking Jason Todd, right? And Jason finds Nightwing's uniform in her closet, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't remember this guy. I don't know what you're talking about. He was just somebody who shared my bed for a little while."
Yeah, she's basically just. She didn't have much personality.
No. She was a hot alien chick on the beach living in her down spaceship.
It was not. A lot of the New 52 stuff wasn't well received today.
And you know, I didn't like Arsenal. Like, I get that he had just came off of a storyline where he was a drug addict and stuff, and he was recovering from alcoholism. But like, bruh, I'm tired of seeing a sad puppy kicking himself when he's down. Like, but we're discussing a comic book that we're not discussing. So moving on. What do you guys want to read?
We were talking about doing Death of Superman storyline, just the death, like the Doomsday appearance and the death.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, you know, in another setting doing like Reign of Superman, and then later on doing. So I would like to go through that whole. Going through the entire Triangle period would be great, but that would be quite a tall task.
The Triangle period is the best run of Superman.
Yeah. There's a lot of those that I haven't read, so.
Oh, we were not wanting. We definitely want to do that, but we just don't want to start with that one. We figure we start with the.
We could start with Reign and then go to Death and then go to.
No, go out of order.
Yeah, machete order.
Yeah, or like the order the first season of The Witcher, where it just jumps around.
Yeah.
They did not do a good job on the first season of The Witcher, conveying that it was time jumping.
They didn't.
I was like halfway through the series before I realized, oh wait a minute, it's not a linear story.
It's not. It's sad. I wanted to like The Witcher so bad. I was so excited when Henry Cavill got attached to that. I was like, oh, this is gonna be.
And you know what? I always love when Henry Cavill gets attached to like some nerd stuff, because like if you watch him in interviews and stuff, like he is the biggest nerd.
Yep.
I know he's gonna appreciate the property. He's probably been reading or like playing the video game like his whole life and stuff. So I know he's gonna like really embody character.
Oh, he's problematic to the studios because he wants them to stick to the actual source material.
Yes.
He thinks everything should be lore accurate. How dare him?
How dare you stifle our vision, sir? A vision of something that already exists.
There's nothing more relatable than him almost missing the casting call for Superman, Man of Steel, because he was playing World of Warcraft and was raiding, and he almost missed the phone call. I do agree that the next thing needs to be DC, because DC is better than Marvel.
I think it'd be a good stick with the time period. Like we could do the death next. Are they like with the Trinity? Are they in like storylines where we could actually just like do like issues 1 through 6 or something? Like, does that tell a whole story, or is it like is a continuation, or is it episodic, or is it actually
the Dark Trinity storyline It does have an overall arcing story of bizarre uh, becoming smart, but like the first 6 issues lead up to that, so it's like you can stop there and be a good place to stop discussion.
The first.
Alfred Proto, you can rest assured that we will probably get to Death in the Family and Red Hood stuff at some point, guaranteed. That's a really big graphics card.
It is.
Arsenal with his trucker hat was funny though, like, but
it's a callback to Jason Todd if they're still in the wheels of the Batmobile. Those that don't know, like, that's how Batman recruited Jason Todd. Jason Todd didn't give a crap when he was a teenager, and he was actually stealing the rims off the Batmobile, which...
Hey, that's a retcon I can get behind, because originally Jason Todd was just a clone of Dick Grayson.
Red Hood and the Outlaws #1, 2016.
Everyone hated Jason Todd so much they just voted to kill him for no reason.
I mean, that might have been like a phone logging thing. Like, some people had a whole bunch of phones recall the number and stuff.
In the 80s?
Yeah, dude.
People couldn't afford phones back then.
Telemarketing started.
Google didn't even exist.
Brother, nerds in the 80s had a lot of disposable income.
Well, it's like, that's why they got rid of Wesley Crusher off the Star Trek. Everybody hated him.
And then he became a villain on Big Bang Theory.
The people hated Wesley Crusher because he was a Mary Sue. They brought in this teenage kid, and he knew more than the actual engineers, and he could do anything. Yep, they had Mel stuff in.
So, Damian is a much better Jason Todd Robin than Jason Todd was.
Yeah.
Jason Todd's much better as Red Hood, and I think like everyone would agree he's much better as Red Hood. But that, like, angry, no, doesn't give a crap about anything Robin fits better with Damian. And I hated Damian when he first came out. I despised him.
I loved Damian, bro. Like, that's kind of like how I imagine the son of Bruce Wayne being if he was raised by Ra's al Ghul.
Right. But I hated him. I hated his attitude. I hated his entire existence. But he's one that I came to very much enjoy. Yes, Damian is Vegeta in the Bat family. 100%.
Except for he wins fights.
I'm going to need you to shut your whore mouth. Thank you very much.
We can actually look at manga too if you ever we want to do that too.
Manga. Mango where? I don't have any mangas. I can't speak Russian, so.
I've read a lot of manga, but
I read a lot. I don't have any.
I don't have any.
I do know the X-Men 97 got a manga for a while. Might be interesting to look at.
You know, a lot of Marvel characters actually have manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Wolverine has one, Spider-Man has one, X-Men as a whole have one. Who else has a manga? I think the Punisher has one.
Well, we all know Spider manga, Penny Parker.
Yeah. I love Penny Parker, man. She's amazing. Like she's the only Spider person that doesn't that writers don't hate. Like, why do the writers hate every Spider person so much?
So we got we do Death Superman next, which is man. I got the trade, but it's covers Man of Steel 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 issues. So that's easy doable. There's kind of prequel books where you see like the Doomsday Hand punching a wall at the end of each issue until it finally breaks through and he emerges.
Yep.
Which is, I think, actually these.
I'm definitely down for Death of Superman because Doomsday is one of my favorite characters. A character who lives for nothing but the smoke. Like, all he wants is to run your fade.
I was about to say, Darth, Tim Drake is the best Robin, objectively.
Classic Tim Drake.
Yes.
Not modern Tim Drake.
Not modern Tim Drake.
I don't know, man. Modern Tim Drake is the Tim Drake that took on like 1,000 drones.
He also took on 1,000
modern Tim
dudes
Drake is also now bi and has boyfriend.
I don't care about that. Like, is he still badass at solving crimes and like whooping people ass?
They had this like where he's wearing this like little foofy sweater and very bad artwork, and they were doing stuff as a couple, and he's not a badass no more.
I mean, you can be gay and
they
badass.
Completely changed his personality.
Like if he's not still badass, then it's like, damn, bro, you not still whooping ass. Like, what's up?
No, he's doing something else to ass.
Which, no problem with characters that start out that way. I can't stand when they change the characters.
Right.
Which, it's like we were talking about, like last week before, what they did with Alan Scott's son.
Yes.
Chicken.
They killed a gay
he was
character.
The first positive role model, like gay superhero, like one of them, and was married. People was fine with him. In New 52, because they want to make a Green Lantern gay, they wiped his existence out. Mm-hmm. He was the first one that was like well received. Everybody liked the character.
Yeah.
What they don't like is people like changing characters to push something. Mm-hmm. And it completely changes their personality like they did with Iceman.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm always thinking on the level like when they did that with Aqualad and
yeah, when Youngest.
Yeah, Aqualad stayed Aqualad. He was still out there fighting, strategizing, right, being a leader and stuff. He was still Aqualad. So like I'm always thinking like I'm always optimistic. Well, when they make that change, it's like, oh, well, they're still going to be that character because Aqualad was still Aqualad. But
when they did it with Iceman, they completely changed the character. They basically like made the book about him going on dates and this and that. And what's messed up too, the fact that they changed both Bobby Drake, Iceman, to be that way. And Jean Grey's the one that did it.
Yeah.
She made him that way. He didn't. You would think that'd be an insult to the community that you were forced to be changed.
Wow. No, see, I ain't read much modern mutant stuff. I haven't been up on my modern novel. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just kept hearing, oh yeah, Iceman is gay now, and I was like, oh, all right, cool, bro.
Yeah,
well,
it was the same with Tim.
They changed it from like oh, by the way, this character's gay, which was not part of their personality. It's just, hey, they did the opposite sex. They can't write a character like that anymore. It has to dominate their personality.
Yep. It can't be a natural progression. Like with Jonathan Kent, they had to age him up just so he could be gay and ruin his character. He could still be gay. Just let him grow into it. Let him grow up as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And they broke the dynamic of one of the coolest comics at the time too, Super Sons.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, that was one I was like, wow, really? Like that's how we doing young Superman.
It's Brian Michael Bendis. He don't know how to write relationships. He was the one that broke up Spider-Man and Mary Jane. I don't know if he's got to have dysfunctional relationships, because when he took over Superman, he made Jonathan, even before he aged him up, act like a weirdo kid. Did not know how to write dialogue for a kid. It was very obvious.
Yeah.
Then immediately got rid of Jonathan and Lois, sent them off into space with a now alive Jor-El.
Yeah, that storyline threw me for a loop. I'm like, wait a minute.
Time dilation while they're gone, artificially, basically aged up Jonathan to be an adult. Lois returned before Jonathan and was living a secret life without Clark, like she's sick of him. Which, they were in a loving marriage. They lived in secret for years on Earth. He just wanted to break up Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
And get rid of the kid. Plus, he weakened Superman to where like Supergirl's tougher.
Also, so bros just don't know how to write family dynamic. Is what that is. Like,
it was him that did the Brand New Day for Superman, Spider-Man. He just don't know how to do stuff. Right, people like normal. It's like Tom King, where they talking about all this dude where he was talking about was worrying about the DCEU, the new stuff. He's going to start incorporating several Tom King stories, which wrote Supergirl's on, the Mr. Miracle, Big Barda, Tom King stuff. He is an awful writer. People are like, oh, acclaimed writer. Claimed what? Writing the worst shit ever? Like, I don't know who's worse, him or Bendis. Tom King has to have everybody to be suffering from PTSD.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say Bendis is worse. PTSD is annoying, but having a tragic superhero is like, okay, that's fine. We work that in.
But Tom King also made Wally West a psycho murderer.
Yeah,
killed other heroes.
Yeah, the superhero therapy retreat storyline made me cringe a little. Not gonna lie.
Yep, and Bendis made Riri Williams and wrote her like a psychopath. He did, and she was. And they pretty well conveyed it pretty well, if I understand, with the series.
Yeah. Modern writers don't know how to write heroes, like Alfred Proto says. They don't know how to write heroes, and they don't know how to write villains. There is no distinguishing between heroes and villains in modern comic books.
Very true. The heroes are not heroes because they want to be heroes. They come off very narcissistic. They're not altruistic. They don't not try to do good just to be doing good. There is no great power comes with great responsibility thing with modern heroes.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna quote a YouTuber I like to watch named Shady Do-Rags. I miss a time where heroes were just good people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not people with powers, so they have a responsibility. People who took the responsibility regardless if they have them.
Yep. And what I'm 100% too. During this time, the time period when Dr. Doom was infamous Iron Man, and there was a different ruler of Latveria, Riri took it upon herself to overthrow the current ruler of Latveria without any kind talking to anybody. She made her decision on her own to go overthrow a nation. Were there any repercussions from that? No. Shield agents were like, "Oh, she's so good. She's so smart. She's brave." In the book, everybody's like talking about how great she is, even though like she just overthrew a country's leader because she said mean words and wanted to stop her.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of like Iron Man 2. Not everybody needs like Iron Man suits because they're not responsible. A teenage child going through hormonal changes do not need a battle armor that can destroy a city.
It was a very common trope in like late 90s, early 2000s, especially in like cartoons and stuff, where a new group of superheroes comes in and they're doing it for the wrong reason because they're wanting glory and all that. And then they end up becoming the villain because they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And the good guys had to fight them. And now, modern comics, they are the good guys. And there's no...
Well, they're not good. I have to say it, like, a lot of these writers, they're not good people, so they don't know how good people are supposed to act.
Yeah.
But a lot of, like, the old school writers, too, you had people that were veterans that actually did good things, or knew people that way during that time that were.
Mm-hmm. Now it's just activism. It's just activism. That's all it is.
No. It's not activism. It's performance. It's performative, my guy. Like, let's be real.
It's performative activism.
Because activism in comics back in the day looked like Superman PSAs and Iron Man dealing with alcoholism and yeah, like the X-Men dealing with diversity and stuff like that. That's activism. Like what they're doing now is just straight up.
It's activism theater.
Yeah, man. Keep forgetting. It's crowd service, man. It's not.
They're not even allowed to have villains to be villains. They gotta be like, oh, they're misunderstood. If you actually write a villain to be a true villain, they think they attack the writer for thinking, oh, you must think that way. So like, it's like in World War II, the bad guys were certain people. And now you can't even use those as bad guys because they'll think you're celebrating the bad guys.
Even if you have the main guy punching them in the face, and it's like, yes, clearly I agree.
Why are you platforming those people and putting their ideals out in the world? It's like, what? No, we're telling you that this is a bad thing. That's why the hero is punching them in the face.
Yeah, well, that was a big fear. For the Superman movie, I heard that they had cut a scene where Ultraman kicked Crypto, and I was like, oh no, we're not gonna have villains in this movie. They're gonna basically take all the edge off and make them into. But then I was very pleasantly surprised when Lex Luthor shot a guy in the head on screen in front of Superman. I was like, okay, we have a villain. We have a villain.
No.
But I was like, oh no.
I mean, I feel like this new Superman is like actually Superman, like characterizes how Superman would be, especially a early stage Superman where he thinks he can save everybody. Like, all right, like in the comics, before Superman really was just responding to everybody's cries. He had a belief that he could save everybody until he started responding to this old lady who kept thinking he was an angel. So, you know what I'm saying?
I think what would help this current Superman movie, if the scroll of the start of the movie was actually another movie. we got the introduction first, then this almost feels like the second movie.
Yep. I feel like we should have got more Smallville Clark Kent. and leading up to Superman.
I agree, but I also disagree. We got a lot of that with Man of Steel and BB Superman. It would have felt very redundant at this point. I was okay with them jumping into it because
it's also been Man of Steel is what 2012,
2013.
So it's been long enough where they actually could have done another story.
Oh, yeah. But I can watch Martha and I can watch Martha and Bruce's dad get shot outside of the theater 152 times.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We didn't. I'm hoping that means that we're moving away from that. We don't need an origin story every single time.
It don't need to be like that much focus on the origin part, but it'd be nice to have them. You had some establishing him as Superman. You could have done just a little bit of flashback with the time on the farm type thing, but
yeah,
it would have been.
That's what I did like about Batman v Superman is instead of doing like a whole scene of Bruce's thing, it was just like part of the intro credits, and it was just very quick and taken care of, and now he's Batman.
Yeah,
I did appreciate it.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about. I don't really need the whole thing, him growing up on the farm type thing. I'm talking about more of establishing him as Superman. You're jumping in feet first already. It's like, entire universe. It feels too established already without enough backstory.
I feel like we could have got a flash of the Kent's finding baby Clark, right? We could have got a shot of Pa Kent showing Clark his spaceship. Then we could have got a shot of him making the Fortress of Solitude, and then we could have got a shot of him getting the instructions from Jor-El. You know what I'm saying? We could have got those shots, and then bam, that could have been like half the movie. And then we could have got the action scenes of Superman, and then we could have made a part 2 for the rest of it.
It would have been like good to have like the establishing thing. Like we know everything about the history of the comics, so I'm talking about too, like the viewing audience, establishing why Lex hates Superman so much more than this. He's mustache twirling villain right off the get-go.
And see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we could have got that first half of establishing shots of why Superman is Superman, then got the second half of the movie of Superman doing Superman, and then showing why Lex hates Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Starting off with Superman in the Yamcha Deadpool pose, I don't think it was a good look.
That was kind of weird, but I'm actually okay with Lex Luthor just being the mustache twirling villain.
Well, the same. We know the characters so well.
Yeah.
I feel like if we would have got like the explanation of why Lex hates Superman, it would have made it more cartoony villain, because like think about it. Why does Lex hate Superman? Because Superman is super, and Lex is human, and he don't like that. He's a D1 hater. He's just a D1 hater.
Yeah, that's what he said at the end of the movie was, basically, as outright says, "I'm jealous." Yeah, he said it at the very end.
Yeah, but this is a movie, man. Don't tell. Like, show me the progression of a hater, like him becoming a hater over time.
Well, it's what we were talking about before. When we're talking about the movie, it's like it's more comic booky. I would like to have something in between the realism of Man of Steel and the comic bookiness of this, where we kind of get a balance, where make it a little more cinematic.
Yeah. Well, so with James Gunn's experience with the MCU and stuff, I could totally see him doing like a bunch of little shorts and stuff like on HBO Max, and doing like a Lex Luthor backstory, like showing him, growing up and being adored and adored.
It's not going to be as lame as him losing his hair like in the comics.
No. No. He grows up. He's adored. He's praised and adored. And then Superman shows up and he gets it immediately. And now he's jealous. And like, I could totally see him doing like a 45-minute backstory on Lex Luthor or any of these characters. They're doing Jimmy Olsen. They're doing a Jimmy Olsen show. It's going to be I mean, Matt talked about it like when the movie came out. He's like, "Oh, we should do a Jimmy Olsen like serial with villains," and then they announced it like a week later.
I have a theory that Lex's assistant is a jab at Brie Larson.
Yes,
Because
I like that.
she was supposed to have horrible looking feet, and Jimmy can't stand her as an annoying personality.
Yeah,
I feel she's a jab at Brie Larson.
and yes, Alpha. We're supposed to be getting a Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen show. Yes, that was Tessmacher, but he never actually says. They made a point of not having, like, say, Miss Tessmacher, like he did in the original.
Yeah.
But
I still feel it's like it was the whole concept of like what is it in the phone, like some like dragon orc toes or something. Or,
yeah, I see it.
But it's happening. It clicked with me. I was like, oh, that's a jab at Brie. Because none of you can tell, like the MCU cast didn't like her, so.
No, and I feel like they were punished for it. Especially Chris Hemsworth. He was like, they found every opportunity to put them two together in the movie, and it was like, clearly they don't like each other. Why? They don't act well together.
Don Cheadle couldn't stand her.
No.
Jeremy Ryder, he didn't even want to be in the room with
her. What's his name? Anthony Mackie didn't like her either.
Yeah.
I remember him telling her basically shut up.
But Cheadle's like, don't touch me. I told you about that. But
it is hard to talk about comics without talking about movie adaptations. What?
Yeah.
One has to follow the other, though.
Yeah, but we got to talk with side rail. We'll talk about the movie stuff, like when we're talking about the Hulk Future Imperfect would make a great anime movie.
Oh yeah, that's where this started.
I think we've rambled on enough, like on sidetrack. We're well past the 2 hour mark, so.
Yeah. Okay. So Death of Superman, 2 weeks.
Yeah, we are going to do we got the prequel books, but if you actually read just the death, it's not very long.
It's not. I've got the paperback, the trade, so.
Yeah. So that'll be a good discussion. We'll talk about that one, and next Saturday will be a geek chat on Matt's channel.
Mm-hmm.
We got on Friday we have the 100th episode of Collector Fusion.
Chat. And it'll be I think it's my 26th episode. That's our number in mine, and I think I'm at 26 now. And, yeah, that'll be my 27th. My bad.
So, don't know if we're going to do anything special for it, but it'll be the 100th.
JB may or may not be there, so it will be a special.
He'll be driving down the road and like launch over the median and just not pay attention. You already don't pay attention to us already. So.
Throw in driving, and it would be driving and start looking at his phone out of habit during the toy chat.
A new music intro for the 100th. The current one's pretty good. We got to come up with an intro for this one though.
Yeah, we do got to come up with one for this one. But we should. I do like the idea of having like a special one for the 100th episode. We might need to work on that. It can be like, you know, that special episode of the show growing up, and then they go back to the regular theme song.
Alrighty, guys in the chat. Thank you for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Just ramble on. We're trying to get better at the comics review, but the discussion part's not that bad. It's just getting through the story first. Is ramble. This is not so bad. Tonight wasn't so bad. It's just 2 issues of 100 pages.
Having a third person helped.
That too. Mr. Sith, Mr. Longley. Always a pleasure, my
Absolutely.
friends.
Oh yeah, I had a good time. I will definitely be here for the next one.
And
Yeah, you will, or else.
Or else what, bro? What you gonna do to me, cuz? Hold on. Hold on. What are you gonna do to me, man? What's up?
If my swords are bigger, so this is a threat.
El Kabong. All right, guys. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Oh, and
Y'all.
we got the Whippet stream tomorrow. Customizing extra figure customizing stream tomorrow night at the same time, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll catch you later.
See y'all.
Peace.